What is going on, everybody? And well, we are now in season 4, episode 1 of the Crew 2, otherwise known as the Contractor. And honestly, so far this season is pretty interesting. The Taxi really reminds me of that movie with Queen Latifah and Jimmy Fallon. That movie was hilarious, and this is giving me a lot of those vibes. So jumping right into this, before we jump into the summit, I'll get into like the rest of this here right now. So starting right off, the next summit is going to have a legendary parts boosted for the hypercar. I'm not too sure how those two affixes stats are going to do on that Nitrochemist set, to be completely honest there. Have to test that out a little bit. And then the gold Mazda RX-7, most people probably already have that, so you get the money back into your lovely account there for that. Here's what this summit's going to look like here. We got a nice little mix of races. It looks like a lot of no restriction. Looks like a pretty fun summit overall there. And then after that, we're going to have this pretty cool looking car, which I'm honestly pretty excited to get my hands on. So obviously, 2 of 2 half set of the street racing. Fame magnet set there might be pretty decent, and then the groovy smoke in gold. Then finally, platinum the proto Hup 1 Marco's cab service vehicle. Honestly, that thing just looks really cool. I don't know why. I'm looking forward to driving that car. And obviously after that, we have the Chevrolet Attic, which will give us a legendary parts boosted set. For the drift class, going to be a score breaker. It looks like it's going to be either a gold finder or a lucky there, with probably hothead or slippery. Might be a pretty decent set overall. Looking forward to testing that out. I have noticed, guys, overall that Nitro Chemist is 100% better than that set for drifting. Kind of hilarious. Gold, the Chevrolet Camaro SS Drag Race Edition is probably going to be, well, money back in your account as well, because most people probably already have that. Anyway, let's go jump into this summer right now. So overall tips and tricks for the Speedtrap. Honestly, this one's pretty easy. You could probably get a really high score if you do slipstream somebody. The escape's pretty easy as well. I got 50,000 yards in this one. I did stop myself. I just didn't see a point of going any farther, because you get to a certain distance where it doesn't even matter anymore because the score is capped anyway. So do keep that in mind. It's not a reason to get 100,000 yards on that unless you're trying to beat your friends or like get high on the leaderboard or something like that. The Slalom, I also used the KTM Expo R for this one. Did pretty well, honestly, and I didn't want to use the like really high like score breaker set on the rally raid class, because I want to use something different to show you guys you can't complete that without it. Then moving over, the touring car race here is going to be pretty straightforward as well. It's just on a track. I run the Renault RS01 on this. Love this car. Honestly, a pretty fun race as well. I had a good time doing that one. You pretty much just race around the track and complete it. Nothing too crazy there. And then one of the new vehicles you do get to drive, which, guys, I will be having all the new vehicles posted in the near future. Coming up very soon, so do stay tuned for that. We'll be posting all the new cars, including the Motorpass vehicles and all that. So this one you'll be driving the new Crown Victoria, which is going to be basically the cab. This race is actually pretty fun. There is a jump in the middle of the race though, which I highly recommend being careful on. I screwed up so many times on that jump. It's not even funny. I kept hitting stuff, just jumping in the wrong direction. So do watch out for that. Honestly, the car does handle pretty well. It definitely handles like the taxi cab that was in that movie with Queen Latifah. Kind of hilarious. Looking forward to doing a customization video on that thing soon. I pretty much just drove it stock. It's most likely not going to have too much done to it, or you can do to it. Anyway, the next street race here, I also used the Superleggera because that car is a monster. Pretty fun race, honestly, and it was pretty straightforward as well. Nothing too crazy there. You'll probably recognize a lot of these races. And then moving down, the other new vehicle, the Crown Victoria Limousine, which I'm going to be 100% honest with y'all. This thing is really weird to drive. Do be careful when driving this thing. I recommend trying my settings out on it. I also highly recommend to put your vehicles on automatic for the 2 street races with the Crown Victorias, guys. The main reason I say that is because the 4-speed transmissions are really weird. I'm planning on making a manual transmission guide video and all that, like a full tutorial, and I'll be covering the 4-speed transmissions on why I have those in automatic. They just drive so weirdly and they really annoy me, and I recommend doing that. It'd definitely help your guys' score out having those in automatic. For the drift event here, the Adventador does a wonderful job. This is one of the hardest drift tracks, honestly, in my opinion anyway, from what I've noticed from doing this one. So I recommend definitely practicing a little bit, and I am running a special set on my drift car that is the Nitro Chemist set that gives you 187 instead of 173, I believe it is. So do keep in mind, if you have 173 or you have a maxed out drift set, you could still get like a very high score breaker as long as you have the slippery and hothead on there. Just do keep that in mind. You do not have to have that super high multiplier to get a high score on this. And then finally, for the final race here is going to be in the Superleggera again. Now, this race is actually mixed. It is not pretty sure. This event is not intended for the street cars. At least I don't think it is. Regardless, it is a pretty fun race overall, and I had a good time with it. The Superleggera pretty much owns it, and it's great for cornering and speed and all that, so you really can't go wrong. Anyway, guys, if you got any questions, let me know in the comments below. Let's jump right into the summit. And again, stay tuned for all the new vehicles, and I might even run through the new missions as well.
Three, two, one. Three, two, one. You